Hello and welcome to Convo, real talk with real women about marriage. Every month, I will interview a different married woman and air the interview in 4 parts. I will ask candid questions on subjects ranging from religion and kids to sex and communication. Let me warn viewers that our conversations are unscripted, so I have no idea how she will respond to these questions. Today, we are speaking with Ana Hartman. Ana lives in Braselton, Georgia, and she is the owner of Sensible Solutions. She is married to her husband, Al, and they have been married for 27 years. They have 3 kids together. So let's get started. Ana, thank you so much for joining me on the couch today.
Ooh.
So happy to have you.
Thank you for asking. I'm humbled.
And so is Oreo.
Like Oreo.
So Ana, tell me about Al. How did you guys meet?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I just saw a post on.
This is hilarious.
Unscripted, see?
Come on, Oreo. Have a seat.
Al and I met in Miami, Florida, which is where I'm from originally, and we both worked at Costco Wholesale, and I happened to be cashiering in the liquor store that day, and one of the guys that worked there was showing him and his roommate around. I guess they were moving down to Miami from Clearwater, Florida, and I think the guy's name was Chase. Chase wanted to bring him out to introduce to me, and I wasn't even interested in Al at the time. It was his friend that he brought with that I kind of caught my eye, but anyway.
That was too funny.
But that's how we met, at work, basically.
And how long after you guys met did you get married?
Oh, okay, so we started dating, I want to say around December 1990, January 91, and then we got married in November of 1991. So pretty quick, I feel like.
Yeah, that was a quick engagement.
Yeah, he actually asked me to marry him in July, and then we were married in November. Like, I really didn't do much to, plan. I was pretty clueless, actually. I had no idea.
Was it love at first sight?
No, definitely not. I wasn't interested at all. When we became friends, we noticed that we would arrive at work at the same time, so I think he was just pretty slick, and he had asked me if I'd be interested in carpooling because we lived in the same neighborhood.
Oh, he knew what he was doing.
So he drove every time, and he would pick me up and bring me home, and we just got to know each other. He made me laugh, and so no, I wasn't at all interested. And then until one day I was working, I was on the cash register, and I happened to turn around. He was coming in, and he was wearing some gym shorts and a tank top, and yeah, he's an athlete. He was an athlete back in the day. He was a pitcher, played baseball, and he was pretty well put together. And that caught my eye.
There you go. Okay, so you guys have been married for 27 years. That's nothing to,
I know, right? That's like the real deal, right? Thank you. It is commendable, and it's not easy. Like, it's been a journey, and it's been, what do they say? It's hills and valleys, and honestly, I gotta tell you, I didn't have, my background, my childhood. I come from a family, my parents married because my parents got pregnant, and it wasn't out of love, and there was a lot of arguing, and I witnessed a lot of arguing, and it was really sad, actually. So I didn't have that, but it's kind of interesting that I even wanted to get married coming from that as a child, But I do remember as a kid, praying and be like, I just want my own family. I want my own family of my own, that we can be happy and actually get along. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So my first question is around gender roles in the house. And one, I think it's a natural thing that people assume certain responsibilities, but how does it work in your relationship? And did what happened as a child, did that influence the role that you took in your home?
It's interesting because when Al and I first met and got married, we really didn't have specific roles. I do remember he took care of our finances, whole 100%. But we both worked full time, so we both did what needed to be done around the house. Like, it was never like, oh, you're the woman, you have to do the laundry and clean. No, we both worked full time, so we both were involved in that. And then when we had kids, we worked opposite schedules, so we wouldn't have the kids in like daycare or stuff. So, I mean, there were many times where he was making them dinner because I was at work, and, you know, so he's always been very involved that way. Now, I left, you know, working for Costco after 24 years. It's been 5 years that I'm home now because we had a surprise blessing is what I like to call her. Our youngest is 7, and I've been blessed to be able to come home with her full time, and that's been 5 years. So I would like to say that yes, now we have more kind of what people would consider gender-specific, typical roles, you know, like that. But even still, after a long day, he'll come home and help. You know, if the dishwasher needs to be emptied and there's dishes in the sink, he'll be the first one just to do it. So
that I love him.
I know, I'm okay with it. I'm a little guilty about it, but I'm okay with it.
But it evolved out of necessity.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything, not so much
definitely.
The expectation is you're going to cook.
That's right.
And I'm going to cut the grass.
That's right. That is right. And he still does all the yard work.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, no. I'm okay with that.
So when you think about being married for 27 years, is your relationship rooted heavily in religion? Is faith a big part of what has sustained you guys?
Wow, that's a really deep and good question. I am a believer, 100%, and but I have to say no. Initially, it was never even a consideration for us. Like, it wasn't something that, oh, we have to pray about if we're the right person for each other. That wasn't even on our radar at that stage in my life. I was 21 when I got married. Like it may be for a lot of people. We do have faith, and I do feel that as we've gotten older and as our marriage has progressed, our faith, it plays a role in it, but it's not like, we're not religious people, I think is the right way that I want to put it. I really hate that word, religion. But yeah, anyway.
So when I say the phrase, submit to your husband.
Ooh.
What does that do? What does that mean to you?
Okay, hold on. Okay, that's a good question because, and a very, that's a good conversation to have, right? For me, when I hear submit to your husband, I believe it to mean that I trust my husband enough to lead our family. Mm-hmm. I feel like that is how I recognize that statement to be, or what that means. At least that's what that means to me. Mm-hmm. I don't look at it like what he says goes, period. Because a lot of times what I say goes, you know, and it's not necessarily because he's the man and I'm the woman. I mean, I don't feel like that's, no. I wouldn't, if it were that way, I wouldn't be a very good wife, that's for sure. That's for sure. But that's what I believe it to mean, that you trust your husband enough to lead your family and trust in hopefully communicating well to be able to make good decisions for the family.
So it's a respect.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely a respect thing.
I want to tell you, when people talk about being submissive, it's almost like a dirty word.
I know, right?
And people are like, submit to my husband. I'm an adult, you know, I'm mature, right. Or he's not going to tell me what to do. And I think it is more like what you say. This is your king. These are your vows, love, honor, respect, right. All of those things. And I think that's what's missed. Some women have a tendency to think of it as give it a negative connotation when it really isn't meant to be that way. It's just, he's leading our family.
That's right.
And I'm going to give him the respect that's due there.
That's right. And I feel like the time in which it was written, it's just the way they spoke. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just spoken differently. If that were written today, it wouldn't be written like that.
Not likely.
You know, it would be
a lot of different things,
for sure. Because I'm sure there were plenty of strong women back in the day.
Absolutely. I would completely agree.
Right? That were respected. And I mean, look at Proverbs 31 woman.
Right.
She was the bomb diggity, right?
Exactly.
So,
virtuous woman, yes.
Yes, for sure.
So, Al, you say he comes home and he'll sometimes jump right in and do the dishes, and he still takes care of all the yard work. How do you think that affirming him, affirming your husband, and showing gratitude for the things that he does, has that made an impact on your marriage?
You know, I'm not very good at that, unfortunately. That's a really good question. Oh my gosh. You know, the fact of the matter is, I don't do it nearly enough. But I do believe that he would wholeheartedly, sincerely appreciate if I affirmed him more, thanked him more. As a matter of fact, since I read your book, not gonna lie, it has made me think about being more intentional with, you know, hey, thanks for working today. Thanks for, just anything. If we go out to eat, I'll thank him. Thanks for taking us out to dinner and that sort of thing. Because if it wasn't for him, working so hard, we wouldn't have all this. Yeah. So, and I am truly, truly grateful. But 27 years, you fall into like routine and comfort patterns, and it's like assumed, and that's a really slippery slope to assume that they know that you're grateful. So yeah, I'm working on being a little bit more affirming.
Yeah, I have been better about it. My husband really thrives on affirmation. So when he does something, he'll be like, "Did you notice something?" And be like,
"That's Al's like that too."
Yeah.
He'll say, "Hey, I unloaded the dishwasher." Yeah. I've been saying it lately. I'm really proud of you, and that really, I can tell it means something.
Yeah. I mean, they just want to be noticed and recognized for doing something out of the norm. Just, I think, as we would.
Yeah.
And I think we dismiss those little things when really they're a big thing. That's one less thing that you have to do, and it's really just appreciated. It's just helping around the house.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.